Hi everybody, this is Bug-Ass Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on McFarlane Toys Netflix Witcher Geralt of Rivia figure. So before we take a look at Geralt, let's take a look at the accessories that he comes with. First up, he comes with this Witcher base, and he stands pretty well on his own, so you really don't have to use this. Up next, he comes with his sword, and this is done really nicely. The sculpt detail to the blade looks really good, the gold paint looks good, the texture to the handle and the paint looks really nice. It also fit it in the sheath on his back. And finally, he comes with a fabric cloak, and this looks really good. It drapes really nicely on the figure. The way you get it to stay is it has little kind of like ribbon pieces right here that you tie around his neck to keep it on, and it stays on very nicely. You can also put his hood up like that. I do wish the hood would have stayed down like this a little more, but with the hood down, I think it looks really nice still. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the head sculpt of Geralt. So looking at this head sculpt, it is kind of rough. I mean, it's not entirely a bad head sculpt, I just don't think it looks a whole lot like Henry Cavill. From the side it kind of does. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But yeah, straight on, it definitely doesn't look that much like Henry Cavill. I do think the eyes could have been a little bit brighter. I think that would have been better. And here he is next to Superman. And I think this head sculpt is actually really good for Henry Cavill. So yeah, it's kind of odd that they're so much different. So yeah, the head sculpt really doesn't look anything like Henry Cavill. Like I said, from some angles I can kind of see a little bit. But yeah, I don't think even with better paint this would look much like Henry Cavill. I do think the hair is glued down on this Superman figure, so if you wanted to, you could actually take the hair off of this one and swap on this one, and put on this head sculpt if you wanted to. But the hair is sculpted very, very nicely, and it has some nice paint variation to it. If you look, the tie in his hair right here isn't actually painted on, that should be painted black. But other than that, the hair is sculpted very nicely. And the rest of this figure is sculpted nicely as well. His pendant looks really nice, that silver really stands out. The texturing to his suit looks really nice. All of these little dots should actually be silver. So I might end up painting that on myself, which I get why McFarlane didn't do it, because that would be a lot of paint on these really tiny areas. But yeah, this is sculpted really, really nicely. You can see the bracers right there, the ties on them, that looks really good. He has some scuffs and stuff on the sheath for his sword, and that looks very nice. His pants have some texturing to them. There you can see the buttons on. And this figure does have a thigh swivel because of the roach horse that's coming. When is that coming? I think that's coming the end of this month, actually. So that is the reason that he has thigh swivel. And then the boots have some really nice texturing to them, as well as some brown paint over top of them, bringing out the details very, very nicely. So let's go ahead and go over Geralt's articulation. So he can look down just about all the way. He can't really look up too far because of the hair, but he can move his head side to side, and not much tilt. He has ball-jointed shoulders that can move all the way out. He has really nice butterfly joints. He has swiveled the bicep. Double-jointed elbows that can bend all the way in, ball-jointed wrists that can move up and down and spin all the way around. He has the soft shell with a joint inside of it here that can move back just a little bit. He can actually crunch forward better than I thought he would be able to. Move side to side, and then you get this movement as well. He has hips that can do a complete split. He can kick forward all the way. He has a swivel up in here. He has a swivel at the thigh. Double jointed knees that can only bend back that far. I think I scuffed the plastic up because I thought that moved back a little farther. Ball jointed ankles that can't move down that much, can move up just a little bit, can spin all the way around, and has swivel toes that can move up all the way. So now let's do some size comparisons. So first up, here he is next to the video game version of himself. Here he is next to Superman, and as I said, if you want to, you could swap the head sculpts, or the hair and the head sculpts, I should say. And finally, here he is on the Dark Knight Returns horse Build-A-Figure, and he actually does set pretty well on this. I do think that Roach is actually going to reuse most of these parts. I think the tail, saddle, and the head are the only things that are going to be new on that. So he doesn't fit 100% correctly, but you can use it for pictures and stuff like that. You can definitely make that work. So overall, if you can get past the head sculpt not being accurate, this is still a really nice figure. I think he's really awesome. The cloak that he comes with is awesome, and the sculpted detail is awesome as well. It's just the head sculpt and those silver dots on his outfit not being painted on that drag it down a little bit. Which is kind of odd because the, I think it's called the Witcher Mode Geralt, and even the Season 2 Geralt look really nice. I do think the head sculpts on those figures have improved. So, yeah, definitely pick this up if you can get past that head sculpt. So, that's my review. If you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.